pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's got a heck of a voice out there, don't it? Madam Clerk, any public comment related to the agenda?
There is none, Mr. President.
All right. I'd like to have a motion to approve the minutes as printed on the agenda. I'll move. Would somebody give me a second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. The minutes are approved. Is there any messages from the county executive today?
Yes, Mr. President, thank you. Just wanted to let everybody know, last week we opened the Bedford Heights Jail as a key part of our jail regionalization program. One of the benefits of regionalizing the jails across the county is that it allows us to significantly expand our reentry programming. As you know, we've had previously taken over the Euclid Jail and turned that into a facility for reentry training programs. That facility holds about 70 people. With the opening of the Bedford Heights Jail, we'll make Euclid into a reentry center for women, and we'll make Bedford Heights a reentry facility for men, and that holds about 200. So we'll be significantly expanding our workforce training programs and other related programs in those two facilities, and it should be a major step forward in our plan to enable people when they leave jail to become productive members of our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Legislation introduced by the council, consideration of a resolution of council for first reading adoption under suspension of rules. Could I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The rules are suspended. Clerk, please read the item.
Resolution number 2018-0078, amending Rules 6A, 8B, and 17C of the Cuyahoga County Rules of Council.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Colleagues, this resolution amends council rules to ensure that this body can maintain decorum and ensure the time we set aside for public comment is not abused. Council has always been committed to openness and transparency, and this amendment continues to uphold these important principles. Members of the public will still be allowed to come and speak on matters both related and unrelated to county business at the start of the meeting. Unlike many legislative bodies throughout the state of Ohio, we allow for public comment at every regular and all committee meetings. We also live stream and archive all of our meetings online. We know members of the public are usually sincere and often passionate in their remarks. However, personal attacks, obscenity, commercial advertising, or defamation should not be tolerated in this forum. These types of comments degrade the integrity of this body and do a disservice to the members of the public who wish to participate in a civil and respectful manner. I'm sure my colleagues will agree that we all work diligently to be responsive to the concerns of county constituents and that we take comments and concerns from members of the public very seriously, whether in this forum or through other means of communication. That being said, I'd like to entertain a motion to adopt. Moved and adopt. All those in favor? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Consideration of a resolution of council for first reading referral to committee.
Resolution number 2018-0079, adopting various changes to the Cuyahoga County non-bargaining classification plan.
We'll refer this to Human Resources. Committee report and consideration of a resolution of council for second reading adoption under suspension of the rules. Could I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
And seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. The rules have been suspended.
Resolution number 2018-0067, amending resolution number 2016-0218, dated December 13, 2016, which authorized an economic development fund redevelopment and modernization loan to Detroit Shoreway Community Development Organization for the benefit of a project located at 11801 to 11825 Lorraine Avenue in the city of Cleveland by extending the resolution sunset.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Consideration of an ordinance of council for third reading adoption.
Ordinance number 2018-0004, amending sections 303.02, 303.03, and 303.05 of the Cuyahoga County Code to update the Civil Service Code of Cuyahoga County.
Move to adopt. Council President, this ordinance brings the county code in alignment with the administrative rules that the council approved for the PRC last year. It doesn't significantly change any policy related to the Civil Service Code, but it ensures that the two are aligned, and I respectfully request my colleagues' support on this ordinance.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Legislation introduced by the executive. Consideration of a resolution for first reading and adoption under the rules. Do I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. The rules are suspended.
Resolution number 2018-0080, approving a collective bargaining agreement between Cuyahoga County and American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, Ohio Council 8, Local 2927, AFL-CIO, representing approximately 30 employees in various classifications and inmate services at the Sheriff's Department for the period January 1, 2018 through December 31, 2020, directing that funds necessary to implement the collective bargaining agreement be budgeted and appropriated.
Adopt.
Second. As you know, this discussion was, this item was discussed in executive session. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Consideration of resolutions for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution number 2018-0081, authorizing a lease purchase agreement with Riverbed West in the amount of $25 for lease of county-owned property located along the Detroit Superior Bridge on West 25th Street in the city of Cleveland. Permanent parcel number 003-21001 and 003-20004 for the Irishtown Bend project for the period May 1, 2018 through April 30, 2043.
We'll refer this to Public Works.
Resolution number 2018-0082, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 0800-729 with Primer Investment Company for lease of approximately 128 parking spaces located at 4209, 4213, and 4415 Euclid Avenue, Cleveland, for use by the Division of Children and Family Services for the period May 1, 2008 through April 30, 2018, to extend the time period to April 30, 2023, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $415,644.
Public Works.
Resolution number 2018-0083, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 0800-492 with Cleveland Commerce Center for lease of approximately 125 parking spaces located at East 40th Street and Perkins Avenue, Cleveland, for use by the Division of Children and Family Services for the period May 1, 2008 through April 30, 2018, to extend the time period to April 30, 2023, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $367,617.
Refer to Public Works.
Resolution number 2018-0084, making an award on requisition number 42445 to a supplier to be determined in the amount estimated not to exceed $3,922,000 for electric power services for various county buildings for the period May 1, 2018 through April 30, 2021.
Public Works.
Resolution number 2018-0085, authorizing an amendment to an agreement with Cuyahoga County District Board of Health for acquisition and maintenance of a permanent facility for the period January 1, 2004 through December 31, 2023, to change the scope and the terms effective February 1, 2018, to extend the time period to December 31, 2038, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $4,789,750.
Public Works.
Resolution number 2018-0086, making awards on requisition number 39869 to various providers, each in the amount not to exceed $300,000 for general engineering services for the period April 2nd, 2018 through April 21, 2021. The providers are Chagrin Valley Engineering and HNTB Ohio Incorporated.
Refer to Public Works.
Resolution number 2018-0087, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 0600-807 with Maple Heights Commerce 2 for lease of space located at 21100 Southgate Park Boulevard, Maple Heights, for the period February 1, 2007 through January 31, 2017, to extend the time period to December 31, 2022, to change the terms effective February 1, 2017, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $394,263.10.
Public Works. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading.
Resolution number 2018-0069, confirming the county executive's reappointment of the Honorable Bradley D. Sellers to serve on the Cuyahoga County Planning Commission, representing the Chagrin Southeast region for an unexpired term ending December 31, 2020.
And this item will move to the April 24th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution number 2018-0072, making an award on requisition number 41694 to United Survey Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $2,955,017 for the 2018 sewer rehabilitation program in various county sewer districts for the period April 30, 2018 through April 30, 2020.
This item will also move to the April 24th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading adoption under suspension of the rules. Could I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. The rules have been suspended.
Resolution number 2018-0063, making awards on requisition number 40883 to various providers for community-based services to support at-risk children and families in Cuyahoga County for the period April 1, 2018 through March 31, 2019 to the providers and in the amounts not to exceed as printed on the agenda.
Move to adopt.
Been moved and seconded.
Mr. President, the community-based services for at-risk children faced a competitive bid process to include performance-based measures to quantify families' lives are progressing for the betterment. Referrals are made from DCFS, and I ask my colleagues to support.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2018-0070, confirming the county executive's appointment of Scott Osecki to serve on the Cuyahoga County Community-Based Correctional Facility Governing Board for an unexpired term ending December 31, 2018.
Second.
Council President, this resolution appoints Adams Board CEO Scott Osecki to the Community-Based Corrections Facility Governing Board. This particular board seat has traditionally been for the Adams Board CEO, so he came in and expressed his desire to serve in this capacity, and along with the breadth of experience that he brings, so I respectfully request my colleagues' support.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2018-0071, authorizing a revenue-generating ground lease agreement with Pace Aviation Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $907,179 to facilitate private construction of an airport hangar and related facilities and improvements to be located at the Cuyahoga County Airport, Curtis Wright Parkway, Highland Heights, for the period April 1, 2018 through March 31, 2038. Additionally, Councilwoman Simon would like to be added as a sponsor to this legislation.
Motion to adopt. Mr. President, Mr. Marquardt from Public Works came before the Public Works Committee on April 4th, discussed this resolution. Pace Aviation approached the county about creating a private hangar, and this will be in the form of a land lease that will be a revenue generating situation over a 20-year period to the county. Construction will begin this fall in Highland Heights there, and I would ask for my colleagues' support on moving this resolution along.
All right. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2018-0073, rescinding resolution number 2017-0069, dated April 25, 2017, which declared that public convenience and welfare requires resurfacing Coventry Road from Cleveland Heights North Corporation Line to Shaker Boulevard in the cities of Cleveland Heights and Shaker Heights, and which found that special assessments will neither be levied nor collected to pay for any part of the county's costs of said improvement.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, Mr. Marquardt also came before the Public Works Committee on April 4th to discuss this resolution and the next resolution, 2018-0074, coming up. They're companion pieces in a sense in that Cleveland Heights was unable to procure issue 1 funds in the amount necessary to have improvements on Coventry Road. That was the basis for resolution 2018-0073. However, there were roads, Warrensville Center Road and Cedar Glen Parkway, that still needed improvements, and the funding that Cleveland Heights was able to procure was within the amounts necessary, and the county will match with $250,000 for those additional roads. And so they're going to rescind, they're asking us to rescind this ordinance and rather move forward with the ensuing ordinance coming up. So I would ask my colleagues to move this along on suspension as well.
Aye. Aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2018-0074, declaring that public convenience and welfare requires resurfacing of a road and parkway located in the city of Cleveland Heights in connection with the 2018 Operations Resurfacing Program. Total estimated project cost $581,000. Finding that special assessments will neither be levied nor collected to pay for any part of the county's cost of said improvements. Authorizing the county executive to enter into an agreement of cooperation with said municipality in connection with said projects. The projects are as listed on the agenda.
Motion to adopt.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. Resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2018-0075, amending the Cuyahoga County travel policy by updating the language and policies to conform with the current form of government.
This item will move to the April 24th meeting for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution number 2018-0076, making an award on requisition number 41251 to RSM US in the amount not to exceed $515,000 for third-party assurance assessment services for components of the county's enterprise resource planning system for the period April 17, 2018 through December 31, 2019.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President and colleagues, this resolution approves RSM as the administration's third-party assurance contractor on the ERP project. This contract was competitively bid. 3 bids were received and RSM was the highest scoring bidder. The contract is for $515,000 and extends from 4/17/2018 through the end of calendar year 2019. RSM will work in collaboration with Council's consultant Zico. In a project implementation of this size and complexity, the administration and the county generally will greatly benefit from having this expert technical assistance. And I support passage under second reading suspension so that RSM may begin service next week.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2018-0077, authorizing an amendment to master contract number CE 17026 with various providers for residential treatment services. The period February 1, 2017 through January 31, 2019, to change the scope of services effective February 1, 2018, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $3,755,000 to the providers as printed on the agenda.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. President. Karen Lippman from the Juvenile Court came before the committee last week with this amendment to the master contract that provides the services listed below and the providers listed below. The reason it's so large is that one of the providers was tardy in their signing of their contract and getting back to us. So this takes us up through the January 31st of 2019 to provide the services as listed below. The committee recommends passage.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The resolution is adopted. Consideration of resolutions for third reading adoption.
Resolution number 2018-0056, authorizing an agreement with State of Ohio, Office of the Auditor, in the amount not to exceed $533,000 for an annual audit for calendar year 2017 for the period January 1, 2018 through December 31, 2018.
Move to adopt. Mr. President, my colleagues, this is a routine resolution to provide for payment for the cost of the county's annual audit, and I recommend approval.
Say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2018-0064, making an award on requisition number 40102 to Young Women's Christian Association of Greater Cleveland in the amount not to exceed $1,936,749 for operation and case management services for the Norma Hare Women's Shelter located at 2227 Payne Avenue, Cleveland for the period May 1, 2018 through December 31, 2018.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Committee reports and consideration of ordinances for second reading.
Ordinance number 2018-0002, enacting Title 13, Chapter 1301 of the Cuyahoga County Code to establish the Cuyahoga County Consumer Protection Code, amending Section 202.16A7 of the Cuyahoga County Code to clarify the duties and responsibilities of the Department of Consumer Affairs, Division of Consumer Protection.
And this item will also move to the April 24th council agenda.
Ordinance number 2018-0003, enacting Title 13, Chapter 1302 of the Cuyahoga County Code to establish the Cuyahoga County Weights and Measures Code.
And this companion piece will also move to the April 24th council agenda. Any miscellaneous committee reports?
Mr. President
Councilman?
and colleagues, Finance and Budget Committee will not meet this coming Monday, but it will meet the following week on Monday, April 23rd at 1 p.m. in our regular time slot. And this will be for the quarterly update from the administration on the ERP project. Very important meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Public Works Procurement and Contracting Committee will meet at its regularly scheduled time next Wednesday, 10 a.m.
Anybody? All right. Any miscellaneous business?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'd like to
Councilwoman?
ask the clerk to add my name to 0067, Resolution 2018-0067.
Thank you. Public comment unrelated to the agenda.
Yes, Mr. President, we have several speakers. The first is Reverend Roz McAllister.
Good evening, Council.
Welcome.
I have in my possession, which is a public record, a letter addressed to Director Cynthia Weiss-Skettle, thank you, and copied to Juvenile Court, our county executive, the Director of the Department of Health and Human Services, and Tammy Chapman Wagner from DFS. This is a report called the Child Protection Oversight and Evaluation Final Report. This is done every 2 years for every county by ODJFS. Council, we failed miserably in this review. My rhetorical question to you is, was this forwarded to any of you? This is so outrageous and egregious that you all should have had a copy. There are several areas where we are graded. The grades we can receive are substantially achieved, partially achieved, and not achieved. The first grade was for children are first and foremost protected from abuse and neglect. Our grade was not achieved. That is why we have dead children. As you go further into this, we find that the state and federal requirement semi-annual reviews were not completed on cases that were over 180 days. This is not acceptable. Nor is it acceptable that our juvenile court did not pick up on this and call the caseworkers to task on it. Again, our children are let down. So far, our Children's Services Agency has not protected our children at the start of it, nor have they during the cases. Exactly why are we paying them? Another section, children receive adequate services to meet physical and mental health needs. We only received a partially achieved. This is why we have dead children. We can't get over a partially achieved. In some cases in here, that partially achieved means about 10% of it was done right. And when the caseworkers were asked why, the answers that the evaluators received were so lame I wouldn't accept them from my 14-year-old grandson. Oh yeah, we knew we didn't do it. I suggest that we don't have some blue ribbon academic group of people look over this. But let's start with you. Let's start with some stakeholders who can tell us why children were not visited in their homes during cases. Another spot where we failed woefully.
Thank you very much.
And for this, we got $20,000 from the federal government.
Next.
The next speaker is Ms. Sierra and Divina Giles.
Hello, everyone. We were here, when was it, last week, week before last, 2 weeks ago, with our guardian son, Rayvon Owens. Since then, we have had 4 protests, all at the Jane Edna Hunter building, and we're waiting for a response back from Mr. Armand Budish about what's going to be done. So we stand up here today. We gave you our story. We cried. My son cried, and now we want to let you know, guys know what can be done, what we think can be done. Communication is key.
Okay, in your procedures manual, a substantiated report says that there is a medical evidence of a non-accidental injury as determined by a medical professional. The problem with that we see is how can you get the medical information if it's not a requirement? Our solution to that, and one thing that we feel should be done and implemented to secure these children, would be to make it a requirement that part of the investigative process that children get a full physical when they're being investigated, including imaging, at no cost to the family at either the low-cost clinics or the no-cost clinics. Another procedure that we saw was the unsubstantiated reports. It states that the investigation has been initiated, the family has been located, but the parents or legal guardian refuses to cooperate with the investigation or provide access to the child and or records necessary to conduct the investigation or assessment. Our problem with this is parents can refuse to cooperate and a case will be closed and listed as unsubstantiated. Our solution to this, we know that you all try to keep children with families, but we can't protect children if we're not investigating them. We feel we need to make it mandatory that families cooperate or children be removed until they're compliant. Compliance is key. If you're not doing anything to your children, there's no reason you shouldn't comply. When an investigation or case is closed, we feel there should be a panel to review the cases. The caseworkers and the supervisors, as we've seen in a number of cases, and as we've been told by some people, they've dropped the ball. We feel that each case should be handled not on a death-by-death basis, but on a case-by-case basis. There should be a panel to review that this case was handled properly, that all the I's were dotted, the T's were crossed. And if a child reports that they are being harmed by a parent or family member, we feel there should be an immediate TPO against that person. Leaving children in the care of their alleged abusers is placing them at risk. One of the words that I kept seeing in the Policy and Procedures Handbook is imminent risks. We're leaving them at risk if they're saying that they're being hurt by mommy, daddy, or whoever. So I feel we should do whatever we can do to remove them from that risk.
Before I go, Rayvon Owens, that's my guardian son, he's 16. Senator Kenny Yuko, am I saying his name right? Kenny Yuko. My son went to Columbus and he spoke and he told the story of Sinaja. Kenny Yuko was so moved he was in tears. They're inviting him back because they want him to present a bill on the floor about CPS. We hoping that you guys can take care of it first before we go there. We thank you for listening. Thank you for taking our feelings into consideration. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
The next speaker is Ms. Donna Walker Brown.
Good afternoon. I'm here to go over the list of demands that we came up with after we did a sleepover on Sunday to Monday. Number one, we the community want the policy which Cuyahoga County CFS follows about reporting child neglect or abuse cases. Number two, we want a face-to-face meeting with County Executive Armand Budis to discuss our demands and to hear what he is doing as the frontline administrator to the CFS. 3, we want 4 additional appointments made to the panel of experts that the Cuyahoga County Armand Budis has established. We want the following community members added to this panel. We want 1 parent who has a child in special needs in the CFS system. We want 2 other parents or guardians of children who are in the CFS system. And we want 1 community member who has no children in the CFS system. 4, we want the County Council Health and Human Services Committee to hold monthly hearings to hear the testimonies of families with the CFF system and challenges that they face. We want the County Council to assign a liaison to this process so that the liaison will follow up with the families and the CFS to see what solutions, progresses, and outcomes were done. 5, we want the County Council HHS Committee to have monthly reports from the CFS, updating them on outcomes of CFS and challenges within the system. With this report, we want the County Council to use as a report to communicate with the community quarterly. 6, we want the Ohio legislators, especially those who serve on the Health and Human Service Committee, to revise Chapter 5101 concerns the laws as it is related to the investigation of child abuse and neglect under the public welfare system known to us as Children and Family Services. We want timelines and mandates spelling out the legislation to prevent any delays in cases of urgency with a child. 7, we want all social workers assigned to cases of neglect and abuse to be licensed social workers with a LSW or MSW per the state of Ohio requirements. And number 8, which is the most crucial, we want all the directly assigned staff to Anaya Day Garrett's case terminated.
Okay, thank you.
The
Next.
last speaker is Ms. Rhonda Mills, I believe? Hills?
Good evening. I'm coming here trying to be as optimistic as I can. I was very surprised at our sleepover event that there were high-level management officials at Jane Aetna Building, not only listening, but came out and engaged and heard the testimonies of those that were there speaking. I saw one employee even move to tears as they heard a young boy give his testimony. I'm hoping that this is a start in a good direction, because when you have Ohio Revised Codes and regulations, that is our voice. That's the public voice, and you all have not been listening. We need you to abide by the rules that are set forth, because if you did that, a lot of the things that have occurred that shouldn't, wouldn't have. And we want you to give ear to our demands, because you are public servants, and you are here. You shouldn't be here with the mindset of a politician and a paycheck. You should be here to serve, to give a greater effort to make our community a better place. We're here because that's what we desire. And we hope that you all sit here because that's what you desire. We should be one community working in effort, unison together. It shouldn't be us against you all, or, us against the system. This is how children fall through the cracks. So I urge you all, I know it's just a 3-minute plea, but hear our concerns. Hear them now. Because if not, you may hear them at Election Day. And I'm not trying to be funny but you all have an obligation to us. You all have an oath. And these things have gone on far too long in these systems, particularly, children and the elderly are our most vulnerable population. If we don't take care of them, what type of message do we send to the greater community, the global community? Are we not a civilized community? It's time that we start holding ourselves to a higher standard so that we can have a better place to live. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right. There's no further business before the council. The meeting is adjourned.